Today is Tuesday the 25th of August 2015, and I'm just a week after my second anniversary of the onset of my Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, Bell's palsy, facial paralysis. It was last Tuesday the 18th, and so I thought I would do a 2-year progress video just to show those of you who've been following my videos and future viewers and sufferers from this condition how things have changed. As you can see, my face is a lot better than it was, and it's still not 100% the way it used to be, but I can smile and I can blink my eyes, and so that's progress. I do remember reading that nerve recovery in this kind of condition possible within the first 2 years, and thereafter maybe not so much improvement. But I'm hopeful. I think I'm still seeing improvements, and I'm hopeful that I can improve more. I did find other references to medical studies and research that shows that synkinesis, which I still have a lot of, can be improved even many years after onset of Bell's palsy or related conditions. So there again, I'm hopeful. I still do exercises, facial exercises, probably most days, and I think it helps. And I've been picking up the flute again, my Irish flute and onset flute, and I don't think my tone's quite as nice as it used to be, but I can play, which is great. I'm really happy about that. So I think what I'll do is show you some facial expressions just so that you can see what I can and can't do. So smile. You can see that the synkinesis, most of the muscles on my face are that the nerves are mixed up. So when I try and smile, that's you can see my eye closing, and that's me trying to be symmetrical as well. If I forget, I still kind of smile out of mostly one side of my face. So it's a pouty face. Ooh. And there again, if I try and make it very concentrated on this side, my eye closes, so a little bit, so that's that. And then my eyebrow movement, I still have the synkinesis there, so if I raise my eyebrow, my mouth moves as well, so I can't stop that. So I think I mentioned before, I have an interesting face to look at in the mirror. I guess if I did more synkinesis preventing kind of exercises, I could overcome some of that, but too busy, I think. Here are a few more facial expressions. Here's me showing teeth. And that's a bit of a struggle. You can see the teeth on the right hand side, which is good. I can kind of show more teeth than I used to be able to, but it's definitely this movement here hasn't come back as much as I had hoped, but it's more than I expected at one stage, so swings and roundabouts. And then wrinkling up my nose, I lose the ability to show teeth when I do that. I don't know if that's a synkinetic thing, but I can sort of wrinkle up my nose a little bit on this side. And then flaring nostrils. I can flare my nostrils, but I find that especially when it's cold, I can't sniff, because this nostril, if I sniff, it kind of closes over, and then not so bad now, but it's difficult not being able to sniff. And then eye closure, I have a muscle pull here when I close my eyes, so I'll just do that for you. It depends what I'm eating, but I still cry when I eat because my salivary glands have been mixed up with my tear glands, and I've discovered when I'm sad, I cry more out of this eye, which is interesting. Yeah, I discovered that recently, that I was sad about something. That's synkinesis for you. Generally speaking, the muscles on the right side of my face are weaker, and the nerves are all mixed up, so everything moves at the same time, but I can live with that. Flute playing face, maybe I'll just give you blast. I don't know what I'm going to play, but you'll see that I can't keep this eye open. Around about the anniversary of my of the onset of my Bell's palsy, I woke up very early in the morning with insomnia. I couldn't sleep, but I was really happy, and I had been dreaming, and I was just thinking of all the great things in my life now. So, and I do wonder whether some of them have been as a direct result of the Bell's palsy, of the Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and the facial paralysis. So, if so, I can be very, very thankful. I was going to read a list of the things that I wrote. These are still dreams, but it's good to dream. So since my Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, I have discovered an emotional healing technique, which I think I've mentioned in previous videos, but it is just phenomenal. It uses acupressure tapping, Chinese meridian system, and it uses NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and NLP is based on Ericksonian therapy. Milton Erickson was the father of hypnotherapy. Phenomenal technique to use on yourself to reduce stress, and you can use it on other people as a practitioner. So I'm training as a practitioner, and I'm just really, really enjoying the changes that I'm seeing, or that I have seen in my own life, and that I can see in the lives of people that I work with. And so it's really great for dealing with past hurts and emotional trauma, post-traumatic stress syndrome, abuse memories, addictions. I'm hoping to learn the addiction protocol. One of my dreams is to go to Habilitat, which is one of the most successful US drug and alcohol rehabilitation centers. Practitioners there probably twice a year and work on people and make phenomenal changes. I mean, heroin addiction and alcoholism and things like that are cured. It is pretty amazing, but you have to kind of run with it. You have to work on yourself. You can't really just go for a session and then hope that you're going to be fixed forever, kind of thing. But it's a phenomenal tool, and you can make great strides in the space of 1 or 2 or 3 2-hour sessions. So if you have Bell's palsy, Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, or you're just stressed out, give me a shout, leave me a message here, and I can give you a Skype session if you want. That's on offer. Nutrition is the other thing that I really got into, in the wake of while my face was still completely paralyzed. I'm studying that. There's a lot of interesting stuff. I am predominantly vegan now. I'm not terribly strict, and I have to be careful. I'm still kind of tweaking and adjusting things, and I'd like to go for some blood work to check mineral and vitamin levels and things like various other markers of good health. That's interesting, and something that I'm learning a lot about. The other thing that I've discovered is that there are genetic or epigenetic disorders that a lot of people suffer from. I'm learning this stuff particularly from the work of, I think it's Abraham Hoffer and William Walsh, and currently Albert Mensa. And it uses they call it nutrient therapy to treat disorders. It's becoming kind of common knowledge now, but some people tend to produce not enough methyl, which is involved in chemicals production and causes imbalances. And then some people are over-methylated. And there's another disorder called pyroluria, which is particularly exacerbated by stress for individuals who have it. And all of these things can be treated with mineral therapy, with vitamins and mineral supplements. That's really interesting as well, learning lots about that. And I hope to be able to help people as a faster EFT practitioner to reduce their stress, which will automatically reduce the symptoms of these other disorders if they have them. And then for people with these disorders, I'm hoping to be able to help with nutrient therapy. So that's something else that I'm really, really interested in. The use of diet to ameliorate or cure or prevent a lot of the illnesses that we take for granted in the civilized West with our standard American sad diet, although just in general the sad Western diet. That's interesting. So I mean, things like heart disease and stroke, cancer, the China study, which I still haven't read, but I know a lot about it. Childhood autism as well, that goes back to the whole methylation thing. Catch children early enough, it seems that you can cure autism, which is fantastic. And then, back to the methylation paralytic disorders. They can manifest as bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, depression, aggression, attention deficit disorder. So if all these can be treated, it would be really wonderful. So my ex-girlfriend wants to do a psychology PhD or another master's degree, and so I'm hoping that she'll do some research on nutrient therapy so that we have some peer-reviewed stuff to refer to, because she's a nurse as well and she's very good at taking blood. Oh yeah, another wild dream of mine is to have a kind of health farm. I've had this dream for years. I drew plans up about 10 years ago, maybe more. I'd really love to have a place where people can come with all sorts of addictions and other issues, just whatever issues they have, and we can help them to deal with their issues, to get over their addictions, whether it's food or drugs or cigarettes or alcohol. So it'd be a really healthy place for people to come and stay and just get better, and then go out into the world and help other people to be better. So that's another dream of mine. I'm going to stick it in a bucket list there and hope that I'll be able to fulfill that sometime. I've been dreaming for years and years of being a writer as well, and I just didn't have anything to write about. And so now I'd like to blog on nutrition and emotional healing techniques. The big thing for me is a book, which I've been researching it for 2 years at least. It's going to be science and religion basically, which I have a sort of evangelical Christian background, and so I know a bit about that. And I really like a lot of atheist humanist writers, like Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens. So it's going to be like a kind of comparison of religious and secular thought, and everything in between. And so I wanted to try and write about that. Something that'll be a big part of it is consciousness, the nature of consciousness, and its involvement in the universe. So there'll be stuff about the nature and origins of the universe in the light of physics and new science, and finding some sense and some truth in the debate between fundamentalist religion, particularly Christianity, and secular humanism, with regard to things like the origins of the universe and the origins of life, consciousness and physics, and Eastern traditions, ancient Buddhist teachings. They seem to have had a really good grasp on things which are only being revealed to us now by neuroscience and quantum physics. And it sounds a bit airy-fairy, and there are a lot of people who don't really know what they're talking about. So I'm going to try and be as factually accurate as I can. I'll have to get some physics consultants and people like that on board to make sure everything's in order. But quantum physics kind of gets into the realms of metaphysics as well. So I'll draw on the works of C.S. Lewis with regard to that, and also René Girard, who's a French thinker and philosopher whose theories impact on very many domains in life. They came out of literature, but they've been borne out by neuroscience and anthropology and evolutionary biology and various other fields of study. And so he'll be in the book as well. And then I'm interested in things, I mean, there'll be a lot of religious secular debate on Israel-Palestine question, what we're here for, the afterlife as well, there's science on that, and eschatology, the end of all things. So that's my book. It's still mostly in plan form, but I'm putting it out there so that I can tell you when it's done. And then just recently I've met some people who are the potential band members that I've been dreaming of for about a couple of decades. So I'm hoping to be making more music as well, and possibly doing gigs and stuff like that, which would be really, really good fun. They have the same tastes as me, and so it's early days there as well, but that's something else I hope to be able to report back on. And then, yeah, I'm enjoying my job as a software developer. And another thing on the list of my things to do is a text-to-speech application, which will be really handy for learning languages. I'm going to use a sort of translation and different languages so that you can have comparative texts read out to you paragraph by paragraph or line by line. And then I have plans to have a kind of dyslexia module as well, to help dyslexic people to read or have stuff read to them. And so that's that. Yeah, I'm still sort of dabbling in French and German. I'm putting it out there that I want to be fluent in one or both of those at some stage. I'm going to live to 125, so that's the goal anyway. That's the plan. So I do have plenty of time, but anyway, that's on my bucket list as well. In the town that I live in, my Polish friend Aneta and I have been talking about starting a friendship club where people can come and meet new people and just socialize and have fun. And we've had that going for the last 3 or 4 months, maybe less, don't remember. But that's going really well as well, so that's another really good thing that's happening. And I'm just really happy that these days I wake up in the morning and I'm happy, and I get out of bed happy. And for, probably literally decades, I guess, I have been getting better over the last 5 years or so, but even before my Bell's palsy, I would tend to wake up in the morning and have to drag myself out of the bed and be depressed and drag myself to work, and it's just really, really nice to be happy. So that's what I wish for all of you. I wish you all those of you suffering from Bell's palsy, Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and other forms of facial paralysis, I wish you health and speedy recovery and happiness, and that good things will come out of this for you as well. So if you're in the throes of this, hang in there. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Give me a shout if you want to leave a message or have any questions. Yeah, I think that's all. There was something else I was going to say, but don't remember what it was. So I'll save it for next time. I think that's all. I'll probably put more videos up here, but maybe not about Bell's palsy. We'll see. I'll be in touch. Subscribe. See you later. Bye.